Prudviraaj sir.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, hi. Yeah.
Hi sir.
Hello, hi.
Congratulations, movie is extraordinary.
Thank you so much.
బట్ మీరు వారణాసిలో ఫుల్ బిజీగా ఉండే కారణంగానే ప్రమోషన్స్ టుమారో రిలీజ్ ఈ రోజు ఎందుకు ప్రమోషన్స్ చేయలేదంటే వారణాసిలో బిజీగా ఉండే కారణంగానే చేయలేదా?
Rajmouli sir not leaving me. Full busy. Yeah, correct.
బట్ మెయిన్ మూవీ ఏంటంటే ఇది జస్ట్ ఓటీటీ ఫిల్మ్ ఆర్ థియేటర్ రిలీజ్ అని ప్లాన్ చేసి చేశారు. జస్ట్ అంటే ఆల్ ఫస్ట్ హాఫ్ అంతా ఆల్ ఇంగ్లీష్ సాంగ్స్, డబ్బింగ్ వర్షన్ ప్లస్ టైటిల్స్ వాళ్ళు టోటల్ టైటిల్స్ అన్ని కూడా ఏవీస్లో ఏఏలో చేసినట్టున్నారు. టైటిల్స్ కూడా వెరీ రాంగ్. సో అది తెలుగు ఆడియన్స్ కి ఆ విధంగా కొంచెం మైనస్ అవుతుందని మీరు అనుకోలేదా?
No, we only believe that there is. We don't think Telugu audience, Malayalam audience, and all are like very, very different.
Especially titles very wrong mistakes, sir.
That is the way the story, the director wants to narrate the story. This is a story that has been narrated at a particular pace, we know, and it takes its own time to build the plot and the character and everything. And more importantly, I think it's a film that keeps switching genres. You know, I think in the second half you'll realize that the film suddenly becomes something else. It's like a Running Man, you know, thing, and it becomes like one man's fight against a system that then takes on almost the nature of a satire. You know, it's like an action film but dressed as a satire against the system and all that. So the pacing and everything is pretty much what you see is deliberately designed that way. And we trust the Telugu audience. You know, we have immense trust on you people to see good films and to promote good films and to like good films. You know, in fact, you are probably the premier industry in the country right now. So if not you, who else will we trust? We trust you guys. So.
Prudviraaj sir. Sir, here.
Hi.
Sir, since...
Oh, hello, hi.
Hi, sir. Sir, since L2, many people are associating your films with anti-government tones.
Are you?
I just want to understand if that is right or wrong.
I don't make my films as for anti or pro anybody, sir. I make my films to entertain the audience. If I like a story, I try and make that story in the most honest way possible without thinking who it is pro or who it is anti. That is all that I have to say. You've seen Empuran. If you see another film of mine called Kurudi, there was an opposite narrative for that film. So for me, all that matters is picking up a story that I like and saying it honestly. Every other perception on it is not intended.
Sir, couple of months back, Mr. Tovino Thomas is here.
Okay.
Someone was asking him about why he left a particular film of NTR's, Dragon.
Sorry, what? Why he?
He was not part of a film of NTR's. He said that some contractual obligations do not allow him to make movies in Malayalam.
Okay.
And that means losing out so many Malayalam films for doing one Telugu film.
Okay.
So don't you have any such contractual obligation?
No, I don't have
Rajmouli,
any
sir?
Malayalam films, sir. So, okay. No.
But you are making films. You don't have any contractual obligation from.
Which is why all
Rajmouli,
my
sir?
films I only produce, so no contractual
No,
obligations.
sir. I think I'm asking about Rajmouli, sir. Did he did not keep any clause like
No,
did
he's
not
been
do any film?
he's been very kind actually. He's been really considerate. He knows that even when I said yes to Varanasi, he knows that I'm doing films in Malayalam and I can't suddenly tell my producers and directors there said that I'm not going to be available for 2 years. He was been very considerate and I'm actually hugely thankful to Rajamouli sir and Karthikeya for planning the shoot. Taking my time into consideration because it's a big film, lot of complications. No contractual obligation as such.
Sir, one of my colleague was saying that, but you did
Sir,
not
one
understand
question
the
about
question.
nobody, sir.
Yeah, nobody
Oh, okay.
question. This is
Okay.
There are titles of the film in Telugu.
Okay.
Actually, some of your technical team has messed up the fonts, everything.
I apologize for them. Because I am also not able to still look at Telugu and say if it is correct or wrong.
The font is completely messed up.
I apologize for them because we have a usual team actually now in South India who does most of Malayalam cinema. Is it actually one or two teams only? They do Telugu dubbing and Kannada dubbing and Tamil dubbing. So we trust them. When they show us the titles from our team, we can only trust them, and we only send it to them to check. We send it to them and say, listen, are the spellings correct? Is the font correct? When they say it is correct, then we have to believe that it is correct because we also are not able to judge. It's a bit like when you see Malayalam letters, you're not able to judge, no, the same way. So if it is if it is wrong, if there is a mistake, I apologize on their behalf, and I don't know, maybe we'll bring in a third party to verify from the next film. But it matters a lot that it is right. You're right. I mean, it is, if there are mistakes, it is a genuinely big deal. We have to be careful about it from the next film.
Thank you, sir. All the
Yeah,
best.
hi. It's here.
Oh.
I'll ask question to Parvathi.
Good idea.
First of all,
Andy.
very proud of you for
Thank you
whatever
so
you do. So you've acted in a lot of films with Prithvi Garu. I think, is it trust? Do you listen to the script, or do you just agree that it is he has chosen the film, so it will be good? Or and then third question is, of course, about no. I mean, this was just about your choice of films and how come you've acted in so many films. What do you like about Prithvi sir's films and his choices? And then especially about Nobody, what made you agree to this role? It's definitely not a lead female role which you would have loved, but still it is a
Thank you
great
so
role.
much.
Great role, by the way.
Thank you. What's your name?
Rajeshwari
Rajeshwari Garu. Thank you so much for this. It's a 5-part question. How much time do you have? That's my question. Thank you, Andy, for coming and making the time out for our movie. To answer your question about Prithvi, this is something that everybody knows already. He loves cinema in a way that I can really admire and get inspired by. So working with him always means that the conversation with him and the kind of movies he makes, I get a lot of things to learn from. So it's a very selfish motive in that sense, you know. I get to be more of a student around him. And I've also had the luck to be in his films in different capacities. Like I said in many interviews, Meera and Rajivan is not like what we've done before. You know, they're not the couple who are madly in love and, you know, just doting on each other. We started off in City of God. We didn't have any scene together. Then we did Endan and Moideen, where we hardly met each other because we are star-crossed lovers. You know, so we had like 2 or 3 really amazing scenes. And then we got to do some amazing films after that. And this one, I had multiple reasons to say yes to the film. But the fact that Supriya was making the film, Prithvi was backing the film, and he was acting as Rajivan, definitely took the cake for me. And yeah, Meera for me is the representation of a nobody that is a woman in our society, really. You know, her priorities are straight. She knows what is important. Her struggles are something I don't relate to. So I was very lucky to get into that skin of it. And yeah, thoroughly enjoyed working with Prithvi as Rajiv. And I don't think I've shouted at you like that ever. And it was a rather new space to, you know, be in. And I think I saw something, I put it on Instagram as well. Someone has posted a photo of just the both of us from the climax and said, I haven't seen 2 actors working in different films have such different chemistry in so many different films. So I have to say I'm very lucky as an actor to be told that it's different with the same actor in different films. So thank you so much for your appreciation. Thank
Just
you.
one question for Prithvi Garu also. First of all, congratulations to the Malayalam cinema that you kind of still are able to bring in social aspects, bring in your core politics. We could see that between the lines. And Prithvi Garu, this is a question about Nobody also and about generally the Malayalam cinema, which we are seeing that there. Of course, you've gone pan India and people like your cinema, but because of pan India, the films are becoming bigger. Because for example, this film has so much of action. I'm sure that must have costed a lot of money. So tell us about Nobody, about the different genres that are into it and the action, and also about sorry, I always ask 2 questions so that I don't get a chance again. So anyway, so also about this one thing that's being talked about how Malayalam cinema is making bigger budget films, especially you're a pan India star and you've made some films like that, and how because of that the film industry may be actually, which has been into a lot of profits, seeing losses. So that's one thing I would like to ask.
So with Nobody, I've said this multiple times that this is a film that you cannot really classify into one genre. Like even as you watch the film, I'm sure if you look back at it, you will realize that, okay, when the film started, you would have thought, oh, this is a film about a bank robbery. Then 5 minutes later, you realize, oh, this is not about who robbed the bank or how they are going to be caught. The film is not about that. Then it suddenly becomes like a social commentary. Then it becomes like a kidnap drama. Then it sort of becomes like a man against system. So it keeps switching its genres. And one particular point of the film, it turns into a Running Man kind of a film where it's one person being chased by the entire society around him, and he physically opposes it. And on is what the film is about. So the action is part of that narrative. It's not even like usual cinema where you sit down and design and you realize, okay, let's have an action sequence at this part in the first half and then the interval block, then pre-climax. Here the action is like one continuous block almost in the second half, where it's actually the story is that he is facing one hurdle after the other, and each one of those hurdles is overcome through actual physical reactions. So the action is part of the narrative. It was written that way. Of course, shooting was expensive, and we had some of the best action directors working for us in this film, including Yannick Ben's team flew in from France, and he was there. Kalei Kingston was there. Jolly Master was there. So it was like a big team working for the film. Now, regarding the budgets of the film, filmmaking is becoming increasingly expensive every day, from equipment hire to location rentals to, of course, remunerations. Everything is going up. It is becoming increasingly expensive each day. But what truly decides the budget of a film is the script. Because people ask me this question as a director, because I made a film called Emperor, which is like a big budgeted film. It's not the director who really decides the budget of the film. It is what is written on paper. Now, nobody is written in a particular fashion, and to translate that into screen as best as we can, there is an amount of money that needs to be spent. I am very lucky that I have Mukesh sir and Sarathi as my partners, because they understand this even better than me. They will read the script and they will tell me if I am saying, okay, this is about, I think we'll make this film at 40 crores. They'll tell, no, sir, this is actually this much money. This is how we can delegate the funds. And they're actually very, very good with that and way more experienced than me. I'm actually thankful that I have Mukesh sir, who's probably more experienced than my age. So he has been around for, I think, as long as cinema is there. So he keeps giving me these pointers, and budgets are decided by the scripts. Malayalam cinema becoming bigger, and that's not about Malayalam. Everywhere you go, this is a problem that we have today, that cinema is becoming more and more expensive. Tahir is here, his cameras are very expensive, his equipment is very expensive. He does not give me discount also. So there, and I only work with him what to do. So because he has great equipment. So all this is becoming more and more expensive every day. But yeah, we try and keep our budgets as tight as we can in Malayalam. Thankfully, we have great actors like Parvathi who understand and come in and cooperate and be part of a film, understanding that, okay, this is how the film needs to be made. Of course, for most of my films, I try and not take a remuneration, and I take a share of the profits if there are profits. So that is how we are able to make these films in Malayalam. Or else there will be big restrictions on what kind of cinema we can make. Of course, in Telugu, it's much easier because the market is bigger. We are all aspiring to do what Telugu cinema has consistently done after Bahubali, where how you've really sort of grown and exploded your international territories, your domestic markets, your Indian markets, your dubbed versions market. There is a lesson in there for all of us. So yeah, hopefully one day budgets will no longer be an issue for Malayalam cinema. Let's look forward to that day.
Prudviraaj garu,
Producer, how difficult to shoot?
మీకు మిమ్మల్ని హుక్ చేసిన పాయింట్ ఏంటి ఇన్ దిస్ ఫిలిం?
My Telugu is not that good. I only know dialogues from Varanasi, so you have to ask me in English.
Can we expect one dialogue from Varanasi?
Absolutely not. 7th of
That's the
April,
contractual
7th of
obligation
April,
he
you
has.
can come and hear it in PCX here.
వర్కింగ్ విత్ మహేష్ బాబు గారు సార్,
Very nice.
దట్స్ ఇట్ ఓన్లీ.
I'll definitely see you guys for Varanasi release. That time we'll speak detailed about Varanasi. So,
ఓకే, ఆల్ ద బెస్ట్.
How difficult to shoot action sequences very realistic in I Nobody?
so basically, I really like shooting action. I became a filmmaker through actually shooting action sequences. Like long back in some of my films, when we could not afford action choreographers, I used to shoot the action sequence. That's how I became a filmmaker also. I really like shooting action sequences. But in this particular film, is the first time I'm working with Yannick Ben, who comes from a different school of action choreography. So in India, especially in South India, we have a language that we like regarding how we shoot action, which is a lot of cut shots and high speed slow motion build-ups and all that. That's how we like seeing action and heroes on screen. Yannick comes from a completely different school. Yannick, if there's an action sequence which is about, let's say, 5 minutes long, Yannick will come and choreograph the entire 5 minutes. Then he will call the actor and we will rehearse the entire 5 minutes as almost like a dance movement. Like the whole 5 minutes we will rehearse. And then what Yannick really tries to do is try and not cut as much as possible. So if you see, it's all handheld and long single shots and all that. Obviously, it's much more difficult to pull off. But the good thing is, Yannick's fighters are also so good, and Yannick is so good with that choreography that it sort of works well for all of us. And yeah, it's a lot of physical work for the actor, but if you pull it off, it becomes very real and raw. Not just Yannick, Kalei Kingston is another really exciting action choreographer that we have. The lift fight in Nobody is done by Kalei Kingston. Now, again, it was not an easy fight to shoot or choreograph. It's just a confined space where 3 people are going at each other. And that also had a lot of challenges. But I was guided by Kalei. He is very, very good. So yeah, I mean, full credit to these action choreographers. Is it easy? No, it's not easy, but it's something that I like doing.
Does that rehearsals reduces the budget?
Not really. I mean, see, when you hire an action team, I'll give you a lesson as a producer. When you hire an action team, you're paying them for the rehearsals also. Okay. It is not like rehearsals are free. When you hire an action team, they say 3 days rehearsals and you're shooting in Hyderabad. You have to pay them the money for the 3 days, put them up in, hire a place for the rehearsal. So that money you have to spend. But it is still cheap actual money on set. Okay, on set is your most expensive money. So there, if you can save, let's say, 3 hours a day as you rehearsed, it's priceless. It's very, very good that you can do that. Yeah.
Sir,
Yes, we welcome
Sesi garu.
Vijay Garu.
Jake's music director, who's also a star in Telugu, is here.
మాకు షరిపోదా శనివారం టాక్సీ వాళ్ళ వెటర్నిటీతో ఎంటర్టైన్ చేశారు అండ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఫస్ట్ సీన్ మీ వర్క్ తో ప్యూర్ డామినెన్స్ కనిపించింది. వి ఎంజాయ్డ్ యువర్ మ్యూజిక్ in this film also, as usually like how we enjoyed in the previous films. So thank you so much and congratulations to you. And Sashi garu kuda join ayyaru and ayana Aadu Jeevitam intaku mundu kuda distribute chesaru, ipudu Nizam kuda distribute chestunnaru ee cinemani.
Prudvi sir and Parvathi ma'am.
Hello.
Yes. The characters you played, the very natural and emotional. So the middle class life characters, where you take the references? Is there any references you take from real life?
Our life only, sir. Our own life only reference.
My mom and dad.
Have you suffered any point of view lack of money?
Well, yeah, I mean, I mean, growing up, I remember my mother and father, and I love them and I respect them for doing this. They've always been very, very open about our struggles. So, as a kid growing up, I'll see something in one of those exhibitions and I'll be like, I want that, I want this. And I remember my dad sitting me down like, next month I'll get my salary and I'll keep some money aside for this. And it'll be like some lipstick or something. I'll be in 4th standard. I would have seen somebody wear lipstick, something like that. Growing up, I think my parents really made us apart. Even when they fought, not like them, not like Rajivan and Meera, but they fought, I would be much like the younger child, coming and trying to like make truce. My brother be like our older child, like Nakshatra. It's like, bye, I'm going to go sit and take care of my... So it's a lot of like similar scenarios that I have also witnessed as growing up. So yeah, from our life only. And then of course Nizam and Sameera there. Sometimes I'll feel like Meera will not react like this. And we'll all have a discussion. And yeah, I think that fight scene that, I mean, we both are shouting at each other behind the door. We both had conversations about how it should be and where we'll cut off and all of that. So from our life only, sir.
Actually, as far as Nobody and the characters Rajivan and Meera are concerned, it's got nothing to do with money. It is about 2 people feeling helpless within a system and 2 people feeling unseen in society. And it is also about how today assumptions assign your identity to you. Like, and mostly media is responsible for that. I'm telling it to you only, like, say for example, I've said this in an interview in Cochin also, like, I don't know you. I really don't know you. Let's say tomorrow there is a media house publishing an article with your photo saying, so-and-so murdered his neighbor last night and escaped with 10 lakhs. So for me, your identity is the man who murdered his neighbor and ran away with 10 lakhs. That's all I know about you. I don't know anything else. So this film is about identities being imposed upon you. So when you see the film, you realize in the beginning of the film, Rajivan and Meera suddenly become 2 people in society who they really are not. And they are not even able to tell the people around them, listen, this is wrong. We are not these people. That is what the film
relation in this movie. Like Rajiv, we also share the same bond with her daughter. Does he say stories to her?
Well, I mean, my daughter is slightly older now. She's 11. But yeah, at that age, it was quite similar actually. You know, it was quite similar. She used to love listening to stories. In fact, the song that you hear in the interval of this film is sung by my daughter. So yeah, she's 11, and Jake's is her best friend actually. She loves Jake's uncle because she likes music and she keeps working with Jake's. Although I have no idea where he finds time to, even in between his schedule, he will find time and do us, like my daughter also makes her own music. So Jake's has taken time off from. He's not given me songs for my next film. I'm still waiting for that. But he's found time in between and he's gone and programmed my daughter's song. So yeah, so it's now it's a different kind of a relationship. Now it's probably where she is beginning to have her own personality and, you know, telling me this is not right, that is right and all that. But at that age, it was like that, very much like that.
Prudvi sir.
Prudvi sir, so many people here.
Yeah. Sir, one question. Prudvi sir, we are hearing that you are racing for the national award for the GOAT Life. If it happens, the advance
Sir, GOAT Life was contesting for national awards in 2023 when Shah Rukh Khan sir won it for Jawan. So I don't think I can go back and win it again, unfortunately.
Social media buzz.
No. GOAT Life was for the 2023 censored films.
Okay.
It is now gone. It didn't win anything. No awards. Yes. Thank you so
And
much.
I have a question about the movie. Starting, you went into the bank like I nobody, right? And there is a situation they created, and afterwards you fought, and lastly you got the money. And what you are going to do with that money? We are expecting in a part two.
Huh? So that is actually material for Nobody Part 2 actually, if you think about it.
Oh.
But see, that is actually one layer of the narrative, that the entire focus of everyone around Rajivan and Meera, where is his money, where is his money, where is his money? And finally, when everything sees the other side of the problems, the money is left alone. You know, the money is left alone. Now, something that they never had in the first place is now theirs to do as they please. So that is actually one layer of the narrative where how the perception changes. You know, when the film starts, everyone is saying that they have the money, and they didn't have the money. Finally, when they actually have the money, the film reaches a point where nobody bothers you so much.
You are a kind of actor who get involved in any kind of characters you can portray.
Thank you.
So particularly second half lo few action blocks are very extraordinary. What is the major challenges? Action blocks or any other things?
Action blocks have their own challenges. I'm not going to say it is easy. Action blocks have their own challenges, especially when you want to shoot them like in spaces like this. Like the shopping mall action block you saw is actually one of the busiest shopping malls in Trivandrum city. So we went and spoke to the shop owners there, and they were actually happy. So they shut down the mall for us. But when we said shut down the mall, they said, we requested them, but can you please come and open all your shops, because it has to look like a mall is working. So they stayed open with no business for us for I think 3 or 4 days so that we could shoot the action block there. And then all the running shots of me running through Trivandrum city are actual Trivandrum city. It is not like a set or anything.
Bus fight is also very good.
Yeah, the bus fight was something very new, because how it was shot, maybe sometime we will release a making footage. It was shot in a very, we bought a bus and we cut the bus in half, and then, you know, we made sure that the camera could travel in all 360 degrees, and then the rest of the bus was later generated in CGI. So it was a complicated process, but it was fun making it. Plus this Yannick's choreography is such that, you know, it's all lengthy shots, and you know, you sort of have to have proper timing. Not just me, even the fighters will have to have proper timing. So it has to be, even if something goes slightly wrong, someone will get injured and all that. So yeah, I mean, it was challenging, but it was also a lot of fun making. And what made the action blocks more fun was that these are not like your typical, you know, commercial cinema mass masala action blocks where you stay an action sequence and, you know, you sort of, this is like these action blocks sometimes don't even finish. You cut and then you go to the next part of the story. So that was very new for me. and that I thought was interesting. Yeah.
Prithvi sir.
All the best.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Cinema was very extraordinary, sir.
Thank you.
Especially first half is so gripping.
Thank you so much.
Previously you spoke about action sequences. So action
what?
sequences.
Action sequences. Yeah.
In that action sequences, actually, you go with the body double, or you what the thing? What the
Well, I mean, if there is a very, very dangerous shot to do, I don't do it now. I was shooting for another film, and when you have a reputation that oh, this actor does all his stunts himself, you have it in your mind after the action sequence. And I had an accident, and I had a very complex injury on my left knee. I had to do 3 surgeries, and now I have 3 titanium screws on my left knee. And that film had to be stalled for 1 year, and so much of money loss. So many people had to just wait for 1 year. So now I have that responsibility in my head that and I'm experienced enough to know that if I see a shot, I know that, okay, I can attempt this safely, then I will do it. If I know that there is a risk involved with it, then I don't do it. Because if I do and something like that happens, I can sit at home for a few months, no problem, But people around me, they'll all get stuck. That director will get stuck. Partners will get stuck. In this film, there are no body double shots. I don't remember any body double shots for this film. Because the action is so real. No, I mean, you can't really substitute a body double for it. So I don't remember any body double shots for this film. Yeah.
Heroine,
sir, hi.
Heroine.
First of all, congratulations to you.
Yeah.
Title is I Nobody,
Correct.
but everybody is ready to come to theaters, I feel.
No,
after
thank you.
watching
We
this
hope
movie.
so. We really hope so.
While shooting this movie, did you had any injuries? Because we saw there are so many fights, so many punches. Anything happened to you while shooting?
Yeah, I mean, little
An
injuries.
incident you can share?
Little injuries for action sequences for sure happens. There was an injury to a fighter actually. In the shopping complex fight, you see into a glass. The glass broke too late, and I remember he had to go to a hospital and put 37 stitches, behind his neck and all that. So these things happen. Now that's what I'm saying. Imagine if I was doing that shot and that injury happened to me. I'll be going home and resting for 6 months or 3 months or whatever it is. But the entire film will have to be aware of.
Heroine
Jakes
Parvathi.
Vijay garu.
Parvathi.
Jakes
thank
Vijay. Sir, Jakes Vijay.
Madam, you did movie in Tamil, Kannada, Hindi also. But when you will do a straight film in Telugu, we all see you in Dota.
No,
But
Duta only. I'm actually here shooting the 2nd season of Duta. And no, I'm speaking to my directors. Today only I was telling Vikram's like, can you just do a proper feature film with me? I am listening to stories, so very soon I hope I'll get to do a full theatrical.
after Dota also, you didn't get any calls from Telugu directors.
I
You
did,
missed
but
any projects.
it was all very similar, like this very cop, like Kranti Shenoy type characters, and I don't want to repeat what I've already done, especially when I have such an opportunity here. Like in Malayalam, I've had the opportunity to be working in different capacities. I'm very lucky to get such varied roles there. But here I can actually have fun with different genres as well. It's so varied here. So I hope to wait and do the same thing I did for 20 years in Malayalam. I want to do here, slow and steady, hopefully. Thank you.
Prithvi sir?
Sir, Vijay,
See, this much time usually Jakes finishes composing for 3 films.
Sir, Jakes,
If you want to ask him a question,
sir, Jakes, sir.
Prithvi sir?
Sir, Jakes, sir.
finish that question and then.
Jakes. Why did you put first half only Hindi and English songs, second half is Telugu songs?
Second half is what?
Telugu songs.
Oh, yeah. So, Nizam Bashir, the director of the film, if you look at his previous films, he has this uncanny taste of using English, and it's more of a bigger problem than a regional. The characters are everywhere. So he wanted to bring a language that's Hindi or any other language. We were vibing with different Malayalam, but he just felt that maybe trying a Hindi artist would work better in that scene. That's why we went for. And it's because Nizam has taste for placing English songs in his film. So that's what.
Are you planning before that all languages in theatrical also?
Yeah, we were planning Hindi, English, and Malayalam. Then if it's in Telugu, we made the Malayalam songs into Telugu songs. That's all.
శశి గారు, మీరు ఎన్నో స్టేట్ సినిమాలతో పాటు డబ్బింగ్ సినిమాలు కూడా ఎన్నో రిలీజ్ చేశారు. దగ్గరుండి మీరు సినిమా చూసి జడ్జ్ చేసి రిలీజ్ చేసిన సినిమాలు బ్లాక్ బస్టర్ సినిమాలు అని. ఈ సినిమా చూసి అయితే ఈ సినిమాలో చాలా మిస్టేక్స్ కనబడ్డాయి మన ఎస్పెషల్లీ తెలుగు ఆడియన్స్ కోసం అయితే కనుక. ఫస్ట్ లెటర్స్ కానీ ఫాంట్స్ కానీ జనరల్గా ఏ సినిమా రిలీజ్ అయినా కానీ మనకి సాంగ్స్ ఏ లాంగ్వేజ్లో రిలీజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు సాంగ్స్ కాబట్టి ఓన్లీ అది ఇంగ్లీష్ హిందీ ఇంగ్లీష్లో వస్తాయి తప్ప తెలుగులో చేయలేం కాబట్టి చేయలేరు. ఇది ఓటీటీ కోసం సినిమాగా మాకు చూస్తే అనిపించింది ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్, అంటే తెలుగులో రిలీజ్ చేయడం కోసం. కానీ ఈ సినిమా మీరు ముందు చూసుకున్నారా చూడకుండా కొన్నారో తెలీదు. అలాగే బ్లాక్ బస్టర్ సినిమాలు అందించిన మన స్రవంతి రవికిషోర్ గారు ఆ బ్యానర్ నుంచి వస్తుందంటే ఆయన కూడా డబ్బింగ్ సినిమాలు స్టార్టింగ్లో డబ్బింగ్ సినిమాల నుంచి ఆయన కూడా వచ్చారు, ఎన్నో సినిమాలు ఇచ్చారు. సో మీ పేర్లు కూడా పట్టడం వల్ల ఆడియన్స్ మీ ఇద్దరి మీద నమ్మకంతో తెలుగు ఆడియన్స్ బాగా ఈ సినిమాకి థియేటర్ వస్తారు. సో వారిని ఏ విధంగా మీరు సాటిస్ఫై చేస్తారనుకుంటున్నారు? అలాగే ఈ సినిమా గురించి మీరు ఇప్పుడే కనుక చూస్తుంటే ఈ సినిమా గురించి మీ అభిప్రాయం చెప్పండి.
సార్, సినిమా అంటే యాక్షన్ సీక్వెన్సెస్ కానీ స్టోరీ కానీ అంటే తెలుగు సినిమా ఏంటి నెక్స్ట్ సీన్ ఏంటి అనేది ఎవరు కూడా గెస్ట్ చేయకుండా ఉంటేనే సినిమా. సో ఈ సినిమాలో మీరు నెక్స్ట్ సీన్ ఏంటి అని ఎవరు గెస్ట్ చేయలేరు. రెండు యాక్షన్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఎక్స్ట్రాడినరీగా ఎంగేజింగ్గా చాలా కొత్తగా కూడా ఉన్నాయి. సో ఖచ్చితంగా ఇప్పుడు మీరు చూస్తే ఖుషీలో కూడా మనకి పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ గారిది హిందీ సాంగే ఉంటుంది, సారే జహాన్. సో అట్లానే దీంట్లో కూడా సాంగ్స్ కానీ ఆ మూడ్ని ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్ళిపోయినాయి. అది హిందీయా ఇంగ్లీష్ అనే దానికన్నా మనం ఎంత ఎంగేజ్ అయ్యాం అనేది నాకు అనిపించిందండి. సో ఖచ్చితంగా ఈ సినిమాని ఇంత బాగా సార్ ఎక్స్ట్రాడినరీగా చేశారు సార్. యూ హ్యావ్ డన్ రియల్లీ గ్రేట్. సో సార్ ఎక్కడ కూడా మూవీ కూడా చాలా కాస్ట్లీగా ఉంది సార్. సో యాక్షన్ సీక్వెన్సెస్ అంతా కూడా. సో ఐ థింక్ తెలుగులో కూడా ఆడియన్స్ అందరు కూడా బాగా థియేటర్స్కి వస్తారని ఆశిస్తున్నాను. ఖచ్చితంగా నా ఫీలింగ్ ఏంటంటే సినిమా కొత్తగా ఉంది, కొత్తదనం ఎప్పుడు తెలుగు ప్రేక్షకులు ఆదరించారనేది నా ఒపీనియన్ అండి. అవును సార్, అవును సార్.
పృథ్వీరాజ్ గారు,
do you want to be the next Red Chillies? You're producing films, acting in them, Shah Rukh type.
I only want to be Prudviraaj Productions. I mean, of course, Shah Rukh Khan sir has done great things with this company for Hindi cinema and Indian cinema in general.
Yeah.
They are all inspiration. But for me, I've always said this actually. I don't want to make money as a producer because I'm getting paid as an actor. My production company is, as long as I'm not losing money, I'm happy. I just want to make films, more and more films in it. And I hope I get to make more films like I Nobody, and especially with great partners like Mukesh sir, you know. That's all. No, I'm not thinking that big and all. Just like,
పృథ్వీరాజ్ గారు ఇటండి ఇటు. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ కంగ్రాట్స్ సార్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
సలార్ సినిమాలో వరద దేవాని ఆపలేకపోయారు కదా ఫైట్ సీక్వెన్సీలో, అలా ఈ సినిమాని ఎవరు ఆపలేరు. ఈ సినిమా అయితే సూపర్ డూపర్ అవుతుంది.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ఈ మూవీ మొత్తం ఇందాక నుంచి నేను చూశాను, ప్రెస్ షో వేశారు. కానీ ఒక్క సీక్వెన్సీ ఐ హ్యావ్ వన్ డౌట్. కామన్ మ్యాన్ ని ఒక సీఎం పిలిపించి ఆయన కష్టం గురించి అడుగుతారా? నిజంగా అడుగుతారంటారా?
So that is what the film is about. If a nobody becomes a big enough problem, then he will become a somebody.
Okay.
You know, at that point, this nobody became a problem for the CM. Then the CM decided to give him his time. That is how the system works also, no? Like, till, like, I don't know what the English thing is. In Malayalam, we say, Karena Buchake Parlu, which means only the kittens that cry will get milk. You know, so Rajivan was a nobody as far as the system was concerned, till he became a problem for the system. So you see, in the beginning, even in a normal police station, he has to go and wait day after day after day, and nobody's giving him time. But the minute he becomes a problem for the system, then the system is calling him, come, we need to meet you. So that is the narrative that we are trying to set. Yeah.
సార్, మీరు ది గోట్ లైఫ్ సినిమా తీశారు, దానికి మంచి అవార్డు కూడా వచ్చింది. అయితే ఆ మూవీ తీసేటప్పుడు మీ బాడీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్ కి దాదాపు 30 kgs లాస్ అయ్యారంట. సార్ ఎలా సార్ అంత బాగా మీరు అసలు వర్కౌట్ ఎలా చేయగలరు సార్?
No eating only, you know. Don't do it. Very unhealthy. Very unhealthy. You know, playing with your body like that is very unhealthy. But when I said yes to that film, I knew that was one prerequisite as an actor, that if I wanted to pull that character off, I have to do that. So I did it, but I will not do it again also. I mean, this is not good for you. It's very unhealthy. Yeah.
Mukesh garu.